So Rebekah got a hold of. I gotta get this back off. There we go. Rebekah got a hold of the Joe Rogan talking to Mel Gibson about evolution. And look at the look on her face. She's got the gotcha of the century. Okay? She just thinks this is just, she's got us. Just watch.
Gibson said when Joe Rogan asked him about evolution, it's awesome.
What Mel Gibson told Joe Rogan about evolution is awesome. Oh, she's so happy. She's just so happy. Look at that. So happy.
Let's watch it.
When back to this
Okay.
idea of evolution.
Yeah.
So, do you believe that evolution exists in animals?
Well, I think everything was created.
Yes,
Oh, good. You agree with Mel Gibson. Have you ever heard this guy talk about anything else? I don't think you have.
agree.
And maybe things do move on and adapt and change through time.
Yeah, it's evolution. No.
But I think that that's a function of an intelligence also.
Oh, okay. Good for you, Mel.
Wow, Mel Gibson put
Mel Gibson made Rebekah's year. Mel Gibson's evolution, things, there may have been moisture. Yeah, well, yeah, bring that up to her, Ryan, along with a lot of other stuff.
that so beautifully. Yes, there's no doubt that organisms can change and they can adapt to their environment.
There you go. So quit arguing against evolution. Even if your God is doing it, it's still happening. It doesn't change what's happening.
But he says it's a function of an intelligence.
I'll grant that to you. God's doing it. I'll grant it to you for the sake of argument. And all those things that are happening are exactly what evolution's describing. It doesn't get you out of that. Even if I grant you somebody's pulling the strings.
He recognizes that the ability that organisms have to change was something that was instilled in them by a designer.
There you go. So you're admitting that everything about evolution is done by God. It doesn't get you out of evolution, Rebekah. I don't know where you think the gotcha is. Okay? It's not there. It's not there. I know it makes you real happy, but it's not there. Even if I grant it to you. If God's doing it, that's how God's doing it. I think Deconverted Man said that before. Didn't you, Deconverted Man, that if God is doing it, then he's using evolution, right? Something like that. Because it's demonstrable these things are happening. So if I grant it to you, you still have the theory of evolution. You don't get rid of the theory of evolution. Yeah, you said something like that, right? I thought so, Deconverted Man. Let's see, what was it? If God did anything, then it must be via evolution, else that God cannot exist. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. You were making an argument. I remember now. See, we get each other's wheels turning there. Yeah, so I'll grant you God's doing it, and Deconverted Man will use an argument to show that it has to be evolution, because if you're saying it's not your God, then your God can't exist in Deconverted Man's argument, because evolution is happening. So you're not getting out of it. Very happy, but first of all, your source is a knucklehead. He makes some good movies and stuff, but I mean, dude is way out there, man. Way out there.
So God created organisms with the ability to adapt to their environment. We see this in the genetic variation that's possible,
Yep.
and also in the ability of the gene regulatory networks to control what gets expressed in each organism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not totally convinced. I feel it in my, and I can't really, I'm sorry, I can't intellectually tell you why.
Yeah, I don't I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Let me see. Basically, any God that denies reality cannot exist. So if you propose a God that requires you to deny evolution, or that God does not exist, then that God cannot exist. It would be akin to saying that 1 + 1 is 10,000, therefore God exists. Yeah. It Rebekah, though, got happy. Rebekah's happy, you know. I mean, I don't really dislike Rebekah, even though, you know, some things were said about me. I didn't take it personally. I didn't. I just thought it was uncalled for. But yeah. Blaster's got it. Yeah, Mel Gibson, the great authority on biology. Well, he's just, look at him. I mean, he's sitting there going, I don't know. No, nothing. Not a thing that he can bring up other than, well, I don't know if she's going to have it in here. He does bring up something that, again, he doesn't really understand. But all that time chess, man, I don't know how they do that either. Bing, 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 bing. I'm like, seriously? I couldn't even begin to think of where I was going to move. And so, they make me look so slow. I just never got it. I wanted to. I tried to learn how to play. I just never got it. There's just something. If you want to win, though, you can play against me. You just need a little ego boost, you know. Oh my goodness. What else you got? This is
I don't believe in evolution, but I don't.
because you don't have a clue what you're talking about. That's why. Rebekah just basically explained like everything what evolution is. That's what evolution is. All those things.
Well, Mel Gibson may not intellectually be able to tell you why.
Yeah, because he's a dum-dum. Thanks, Rebekah. Your your hero that got you so excited, you just realized that, well, he can't tell you intellectually. It's like, really? Yeah. There's a surprise. And again, what it's like asking anybody else. I mean, you corner me on some stuff. I don't know. I understand basically, I understand basic biology, right? Because I had it in school a long time ago. What Mel was doing in the outback, I don't know. He didn't ever play a biologist. He's not a biologist, but I played one in the movies. Oh, man. All right, Chimp. Talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Gee, Rebecca, did you get a clue yet? I don't think so. Watch.
He doesn't believe in evolution. But I can tell you intellectually why you should not believe in evolution.
Oh, Rebecca. No, you can't, Rebecca. You repeat a bunch of stuff you get from Sal and Tangelo and the other outliers out there that basically, again, if you listen very carefully, and I think Rebecca kind of gave it away, if you listen very carefully to a lot of the things they accept almost every mechanism that's in evolution. They just don't want to call it evolution because they don't want to admit that they aren't specially made. That's it. That's the bottom line. They want to be specially made. That's kind of when she got mad at me. Because I said something like, creationists just want to pat themselves on the back and say, I'm smarter than everyone else. Okay, you're smarter than everyone else. But you can't demonstrate any of these things. And poking holes in stuff that you don't understand or science is working on, or Sal's arguments and these other ones about, well, they haven't created life in a lab yet and all these kind of arguments. They're all weak, okay? They're making a lot of advancements. This thing always slips down on me. Hold on. They're making lots and lots of advancements in all these things. And it doesn't change anything about all the things they do know about evolution, which again is a big body of knowledge. Her little thing is always, bring me your evidence of evolution. She wants like this one thing that proves evolution. And that's not how it works. There isn't just one thing. There's lots of things. That's what makes it such a strong theory, is because there's so many things that all converge in this theory that make it very robust. Good word, I think. It's a very well-supported theory. You just don't like that you're not made special. That's all it is. And it's nothing against Rebecca. I like talking with Rebecca. She's pretty tolerant. Up to a point where starts talking about growing people's legs and stuff. And let's not forget the Magic Zoo Boat. And Magic Zoo Boat's one of the emojis. And if you like the Magic Zoo Boat emoji, you can hit that join button down there, and you can join in on the emoji fun. And also, please like, subscribe, share, all that kind of good stuff that helps us out when we do videos. And don't forget to check the description as well. And I will pop it up here too. If you got it like that, make sure you can help out a lot. Put it in the chat here. There we go. There is a GoFundMe. It's in the description as well. Ember's got some medical bills and whatnot. So, if you could help out Ember, we all love Ember. And you know what else we love?
We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
And that's how Ember will feel and be singing with some help for her medical bills. So please help out if you can. Much appreciated. There we go. We got the magic zoo boat emoji. I got the magic zoo boat too. Where's it at? There we go. I'm Magic Zoo Boat too. And yeah, for those of you that didn't hear, I was at the ARC protest this year. I was in Kentucky, and there are videos of it on my channel, as well as on a lot of other channels. Ambushed Apostates got them, Chris Mallard's got them, and a bunch of the other creators that were there. I think, let's see, Elliot and Nancy and Ember all had either videos or picture videos, pictures put together in a video, different things like that. So, yeah, if you missed it somehow, plenty of ways to go see what we were doing there, what it was like, how hot it was, and that we all made it through and did our little thing holding our signs and protesting the abomination that is known as Kinham's Ark Encounter.
It's just a feeling. I don't think I was some ape, or I don't think my ancestors were. I think they had to be.
See, I don't think I was an ape. Well, you're not an ape. You are an ape. You're not the ape that you think you're an ape. You're an ape. It's a classification. That's all it is. And I'm sorry, when the closer you look at them, you see how we're related. I mean, you look in their eyes and at their hands and the way we're related. You're just a grade school dropout or something.
Pretty smart to survive.
So what do you think all these...
Had to be pretty smart to survive. What nonsense are you talking about now, Mel? Here we go. Okay, other apes didn't survive, Mel? Mel. There's other species of apes that survived. They were smart enough to survive. You just said they would have to be smart enough to survive. They survived, speciated. Many branches. You have primates, you got all these different ancestors going all over the place. You got little primates, you got big primates, all kind of primates. Go see Gutsie Gibbon. She knows all about primates. Lots of primates. It's how we're classified, because there's so many things that show that we're related. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. And I will give it to some of the more moderate apologists that seem to be leaning more towards there was just a point where the soul emerged. So they're trying not to fight against the science so much and just saying, well, there was a point where God, and one even said, put the soul in our genome. Well, at least that's trying to fit it in a little better rather than this, well, I agree everything about evolution, or in Mel's case, I don't know anything about evolution, but I'm just going to throw it all out the window because that means I'm not special.
pre-human hominids are that they keep discovering?
Like, what? Tell me what a pre-human hominid
Like
is.
Australopithecus,
All right.
or some of the other human-like creatures that never made it, like Denisovans, Neanderthals.
Now, there are a lot of different hominids that are said to be human ancestors.
Yep. And surprisingly, Joe Rogan actually knew some of them. That's pretty amazing. Sometimes Joe surprises me. I mean, he's a knucklehead. He admits it in himself. I'm not picking on Joe. He said before that something like, I'm an idiot cage fighter and comedian that no one should listen to. Something like that, he said. He doesn't admit these ain't any kind of brainiac or anything. And here he knows some ancestors. That's pretty good. Surprised me a little bit, Joe. Unless he's reading it off a screen. I mean,
And some of those are just apes, and some of them are just humans.
you're never going to have this clear line of one given birth to another. It emerges over time, over populations. Rebekah's been told this many times. There's not a problem. I think he mentioned Lucy. Lucy is one that is exactly what the creationists asked for. An ape transitioning to a human, which means bipedal things like the feet, the locking knees, the way the hips are, the way the spine goes into the skull, all these things have to be changing to show this transition that they wanted. And when you produce it, they say it's just an ape or a human. And it's like, well, where exactly is the line? You some of these things, and creationists will do that. A lot of these different hominids and everything are just humans. So they're just moving this to, well, yeah, they're just all humans. And then everything else is just an ape. So they can deny that all these transitions in between. So that's your cousin? Who's your cousin? Is Joe your cousin? I like Joe. Yeah, Tilting Windmill knows it was hot. It was hot in Kentucky. Did I say it was hot? It was hot. I tell you, it was so hot. Yeah, again, yeah, it's over and over. That's what they want, right? I see it, yeah. I'm not a monkey and all this stuff. They just want to be special. That's what it boils down to. If they can't be special, then the science is wrong. Whatever it is, anything they don't like. Again, that's what they have a problem with cosmology and stuff, and the Big Bang, at least some of them, is because it doesn't mean the Earth wasn't created special. So everything has to be special just for them, or that's the science that they don't like.
He mentioned Australopithecus. That is likely an upright walking ape. Now,
there you go. That's what you wanted. Because other apes are not known to walk upright. They can. So can a lot of other animals. Lots of species. But regularly, how they move about, that's not how they move about. You've got one that's moving about by standing up. Exactly what you want. Where's the ape standing up? There it is. I don't know what else they could possibly ask for better than the Lucy. And it's not just one. There's like 300-400 skeletons of them or something. So the arguments of just one and all those, that they don't fly either. It's exactly, you want an ape standing up. That's what it is, Rebekah. Pay attention.
with regard to Neanderthals and Denisovans, those are just humans. And in fact, we have the DNA of Neanderthals and we know they're human. And some of us carry Neanderthal DNA. So
how did that happen, Rebekah? Giggity.
Neanderthals are not on the road to becoming human. They are human.
No, they're a different branch. That's all. Lots of branches. All of them are gone except for us.
Yeah, stuff like that. Okay, well, they've got something called Zinjanthropus. You remember him?
No.
Zinjanthropus man, and he was like, he looked kind of like this, but he was like
Zinjanthropus? What? I've never heard of this one. I'm not going to look it up. Zinjanthropus? Okay.
they looked at it and they did some core samples on it, and it was
They did some core samples on it. Okay.
put out there by people advocating evolution, and they
People advocating evolution. It was put out there. I don't know what that means either, Mel.
discovered that it was a human skull attached to the jaw of an ape.
Oh, I do remember.
So it was a
this.
hoax.
Yeah, there's been some hoaxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, a little bit, Mel. A little bit, yeah. You want to know how many pieces of the true cross have been sold around the world, Mel? Yeah. I'm going to talk about all the stuff in Catholicism with all their doodads everywhere. Well, they got everything, don't they? Foreskin, scalps, skulls, bones. They got all kind of creepy stuff. Yeah, Mel, you want to bring all that up? Oh, the brain power. I don't know how he memorizes his lines, but somehow he does. I think he has slip-on shoes.
Yeah, there have been some hoaxes, but now not all of the supposed pre-humans are hoaxes.
There you go, Rebekah. And there's a was it Piltdown Man and Nebraska Man? I think are the two of the ones they always bring up. Yeah, they were things that people tried to hoax to make a name for themselves, whatever their motive was, or just to see if they could sneak it in. And guess what? Didn't work either way. It may have been in the headlines, or they may have got 15 minutes out of it, so to speak. That was it. So otherwise, science figured out, hey, wait a minute. So, yeah. So when you're saying, yeah. Did Rebekah find out that they were a hoax? No. Did anybody at AIG or ICR or any of those organizations figure out it was a hoax? No. Did Hawaiian Shirt Guy or Ken Ham or any of the big mouths find out it was a hoax? No. Scientists looked at it. And sometimes there's a lot of these skeletons and bones and fossils to look at. And when they looked at it, they said there's something wrong here. That's how science works. Good for science. Science figured it out. Not you, Mel. And surely no creationists ever did.
But I think Mel Gibson is very right to be skeptical when he's presented with a supposed human ancestor, because there's been lots of hoaxes, there's been lots of
There's only been a few hoaxes. And that happens in anything.
mistakes, and there's been, from one person's counting, Dr. Carl Warner says
Dr. Carl Warner. Do y'all know who Dr. Carl Warner is? He's another one of these. He's like a Ron Wyatt. He just bumbles around the world and calls all the fossils and all the all the ones they were just talking about, Lucy and all the hominids and all the ancestors and all the different cousins and however all the branches are laid out. Again, folks, I'm not a scientist. Okay, I just basic biology. There's all these different branches of is it hominids, I believe, and we made it because we were pretty good at it. And on the way, it seems like we kind of messed around with the Denisovans and the Neanderthals, I think, are some of the ones we kind of hung out with and got busy with. And then they just kind of blended in with us, and then that was it. The rest of them are gone, as far as we know. I think that's a lot better than either one of them understand it. And if I'm wrong, correct me.
That he found that out of 250
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah.
ape men,
Yeah, he did.
over 200 of those have been turned out to be false.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Oh, Carl Werner. Yeah. I think I've got one of his videos. I gotta look. Yeah, Carl. Yeah. Yeah, he just goes around and he says, I went to this museum or something, and the picture didn't look like the specimen or something, some kind of nonsense like that. Like, he doesn't understand that photographs don't always look like it does in real life, you know? He's really bad. And so she's got Mel Gibson and Carl Werner. Oh, Rebekah. Oh my goodness.
But there's also been real stuff.
Really?
Yeah. You don't think so?
Well, maybe.
Well, Australopithecus. There's a bunch of different, the Lucy skeleton. There's a bunch of different
Sure.
pre-human hominids.
Yeah, maybe they were monkeys. I don't know.
Yeah.
But-
Well, there.
Oh, man. Mel. Oh, maybe they're monkeys. I don't know. You don't know, Mel. You have no clue what you're talking about. No clue at all. Keep rolling it though, Rebekah. I love it. This is your source at Carl Werner. Okay.
They're similar to us, just not where we are.
Yeah.
They're on the road to becoming what it means to be a human being.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I
Okay.
don't know.
What do you think those are?
I don't know. They could be animals, or
We're animals, Mel. What are you talking about? You know,
they could be like. Look at today. I mean, you can get some mosquito can bite you, and you're.
a mosquito can bite you. You're gonna be Australopithecus if a mosquito bites you. This is good. I wasn't sure, but I'm glad I looked at this. I am. This raised my spirits after Troy and the other dude kind of ticked me off. Because I like Rebekah. I do. I think she's so happy that these idiots are supporting her beliefs. She is. She really is.
Your kid can be born with a malformed skull or something. It's like,
Mel, birth defects have nothing to do with this. What? You know what the hell you're talking about, Mel. You have no idea what. None. Keep going, Rebekah. Keep going. Let's see. Come on. Keep going.
it's like they have those.
Yeah, but
They have
this
those,
is
you know.
like a genetic thing. Like they've mapped the genome of these creatures.
Oh, they have?
They're different. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I don't know how to explain those, Joe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
There you go. See, Joe kind of has a clue. There's genetic evidence. then Mel has to go, oh, well, I just don't really know, Joe. Crazy eyes. Don't get along with him, Joe. I love them both, really. Well, I love all three. I like Mel Gibson movies. I don't think he should talk otherwise. Joe Rogan, decent comedian. And when he first did Fear Factor, and it was fun to watch, the first season or two, I liked that. That was fun. And then they went all dating game or something goofy. But and Rebekah, I always liked talking with Rebekah. But it's pretty funny. I mean, Rebekah, I don't know how you can sit there and think that you're winning this with Mel on your side, who just said, well, I don't know. He doesn't know anything. He just said he doesn't know anything that he's talking about.
But you do think that human beings were created by
Sure,
God?
I do. Yeah.
When do you think that happened?
When? Oh, probably, and not that long ago.
Really?
No, not really.
Like, what do you mean by not that long ago?
Probably only about 8,000 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
8,000 years ago. Where'd you get that nonsense from, Mel? Oh, what a dummy.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, she's going to get all happy again, folks. Oh, she's so happy. He's a young earther. She's so happy.
Boom.
Boom. Oh, bomb dropped. Oh, Rebekah, you just, slam dunk, Rebekah. I mean, you got us. Wow, you guys got lots of chat going on. Really cool. It's hard for me to catch it all, but some great comments. Appreciate them. Yeah, we're try not to follow it too seriously. I mean, you got Rebekah and Mel Gibson with Carl Werner cited. Yeah, he's like a Ron Wyatt. If you know who Ron Wyatt is, that's pretty much who he is. He makes a bunch of nonsense to sell some books and stuff. So, great sources. I love it. I really love it. And she keeps going. She keeps thinking that this is a winner, and it keeps getting worse. He keeps showing more and more he doesn't have any idea what he's talking about.
Mel Gibson has some guts because
Mel Gibson has guts. No, he got no brains. No worky up here. No. Wheel not turning. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Mel does his little acting thing, and that's it. And anything else, I've heard him talk about some other things too. I don't like to make calls on people's, mental things, because I'm not a psychiatrist or none of that baloney either. Okay, but he's way out there, man. He's way out there. And he's like conspiracy and all that. No, you shouldn't listen to anything he says. You can enjoy his movies. I just watched one of Lethal Weapon where he pulls the house off the hill. Yeah, I liked that. That was a good scene. Otherwise, don't listen to anything he says. And Rebekah thinks it's a slam dunk for creation against evolution. Where's Stephanie at? Believe unto the evolution.
it's really tough as a public figure being questioned on evolution, which is in academic circles and in educated circles, there is just a huge pressure to embrace evolution. So I have such respect for Mel Gibson not backing.
In all the academic circles, they accept evolution. But Mel Gibson, that I don't know. He's got it all figured out. Rebekah, seriously?
Down on this and being willing to say, yeah, I don't believe that. I believe that we were created.
Don't care. Don't care what you believe. You can't demonstrate it. Evolution can be demonstrated. All these different things that make up the body of evolution have been demonstrated and added to the body of knowledge that supports, like, I think, the most well-supported theory in science. I don't know what you want, Rebekah. You accept most of the mechanisms. You just think somewhere God had to make you special. You want to be special? Okay, you're special. I get you a gold star. There you go.
Created, and not even that long ago, that God specially created human beings 8,000 years ago. Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. We just covered Ken Ham earlier with it 6,000 years ago. So it's even younger than that with all the dinosaurs and the Magic Zoo boat.
Really big respect for Mel Gibson on this. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
If you hated this
Wait a
video,
minute.
then just give it a dislike and tell me why you hated it.
Okay, well, I think I just did. And I didn't hate it. I thought it was hilarious. Young Earth creationism is nonsense. Deconverted Man added it to his book we covered, that it should be a new fallacy or something like that added in, the logical contradiction or some kind of philosophical stuff I don't understand thing. That about young Earth creationism, flat earthers, and stuff like that are like in a liar category and shouldn't be taken seriously. So, yeah, young Earth creationists they're just silly. They're funny. They get mad when they get laughed at. But I mean, what do you want? Well, again, we were protesting at Ken Ham's Ark Park because he thinks dinosaurs were on a Magic Zoo boat. And, people believe in a lot of silly things, okay? But they want to put it in teaching materials for kids in the 21st century. And I mean, this is why we speak out, all right? You want to believe this nonsense and keep it at home, but you want to put it in the schools. And you basically want to get rid of science classes while you're on the internet. That bugs me too. Get off the internet if you don't like scientific theories. Thanks, Rebekah.